The next is to read a challenge. Hello peeps and geeks, this is your Geek Miser Jokis, or just Josie, and today I'm bringing you my TBR for the Emojithon, which, fortunately for me, takes place the whole month. Off the Twitter page, it is hosted by Dylan the Reader 5, According to Jules, Chelsea Doling, and Booknook Brit. So, yeah, I will leave all the information down below in the description bar. So yeah, the Emojithon is a month-long readathon in which it has a list of challenges for you to choose, of which you choose 4. I will leave that link down below for the Google document in which has all the challenges with their assorted emojis. So yeah, out of the 4, these are the ones that I picked. The first challenge is to read a horror or thriller novel, and for this I chose A Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. Now, I don't know if it's cheating necessarily with an audiobook, but it follows the lives of the Barretts, of which the eldest daughter, Marjorie, is exhibiting acute schizophrenia, or could it be possession? So yeah, so far so good. I'm already by chapter 8, and it sounds really interesting, so can't wait to finish this one. The next is to read a book that is sure to make you laugh until you cry. Now, for me, there was a bit of a no-brainer, and that is Welcome to Night Vale by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. Now, if it sounds familiar, they do have a podcast by the same name, that it is basically a Cecil, who is the radio host of this community, who talks about community news. He gives community news. And it's some of the most absurd, crazy things you've ever heard that just are the norm in the everyday of Night Vale. If you love Lovecraftian horror and comedy, this is a great mix of both. It sounds like it wouldn't be a good mashup, but it really is. And I love the podcast, so when I saw that they have a book, I was like, what? And of course, I have started it with my lovely Homer. I just love these. I thought it fit quite well with my book. So anyways, yeah, I'm enjoying absolute crap out of it. I've already laughed hard a couple of times, and I'm not even like, yeah. So I would suggest also, if you have not heard the podcast, go ahead and listen to the podcast, and then go ahead and read the book. It mentions a lot of things that happens in the podcast, and one particular thing that happens, it's kind of like not really touched upon too much in the podcast itself. It seems to be developing here. So it is, yeah, I'm really having fun with it. I thank you, Angela. She's my great friend who was the one who suggested for me to start listening to the podcast. She's like, you like this kind of stuff, you're gonna love it. And she was absolutely right. So thank you so much, Angela. And I would also recommend it to anybody else as well. It's great stuff. The next challenge is to read a book that was gifted to you. For this, I chose Nightmares by Jason Segel and illustrated by Kristen Miller. This was gifted to me by my mother over the holidays along with 2 other books. And if you're wondering, Jason Segel sounds like a familiar name. That's because it's the actor from How I Met Your Mother, I believe, right? Yeah? Yeah. So, illustrator. Well, I'm not much to read blurbs, but I can't, I gotta read you this. It's just too cute. Charlie Laird has several problems. Number 1, his dad married a woman he is sure moonlights as a witch. 2, he had to move into her purple mansion, which is not a place you want to find yourself after dark. 3, he can't remember the last time sleeping was a nightmarish prospect, like not even a nap. What Charlie doesn't know is that his problems are about to get a whole lot more real. Nightmares can ruin a good night's sleep, but when they start slipping out of your dreams and into the waking world, that's a line that should never be crossed. I agree. And when your worst nightmares start to come true, well, that's something only Charlie can face, and he's going to need all the help he can get, or it might just be lights out for Charlie Laird. For good. I don't know, I'm really into middle grade lately. I read The Blackthorn Key, which I have here. Read The Blackthorn Key last year by Kevin Sands. Loved it, and it reminded me a lot of Harry Potter, not so much in the content or subject wise, but in the way that it gripped me, and I enjoyed the characters so much and the story and all that jazz. Like, I don't know, it kind of brought me home, it felt like. And since then, I've just been wanting a lot more middle grade. So, and nightmares. I mean, it's like a middle grade horror kind of thing. And can I just say, I really love the illustrations in this. I think she did an amazing job. I love the headers. And because some of them are really creepy. And there's like this caterpillar slug brooch thing. I don't know. What is that? And bunnies, really creepy bunnies, which I'm not easily creeped out. I grew up in horror. Those are some creepy ass bunnies. So yeah, I am like just, I'm so excited to read this. I also have the second one here waiting for me for when I'm done with this. But can I just show the back? Look at that. Good night, Charlie. Sleep tight, Jack. Turn out the lights and watch your back. I just think, and it's so shiny. Like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, the glare really kind of throws the camera off, but it's really shiny and beautiful. And deckled. I love deckled bitches. Oh, okay. Enough gushing about this book. It will be read. Fourth and last challenge is to read a book without any hype. And for that I chose A Blood's Pride by Evie Manietti. Yeah. And I had to make sure. Of course, this I got off the library. But I actually saw the sequel to this on the book outlet. I was going through one of the sell sections and, you know, saw the book that follows this up. I can't remember now the name of it. But I was really intrigued by the synopsis. But I saw that it was the sequel. So I looked it up and I saw that my library had it, thank goodness. And I picked it up. So basically it follows, it's a fantasy, as you might be able to tell. Look how I love the cover. Trying to get it without any glare. I love that cover. I just love the way that she looks. She just looks badass. Basically what this is about is the Shadari and the rebellion gathering strength after having been invaded by the Norlanders 2 decades ago. And in order to really get their foot in the door, so to speak, they hire, I'm sorry, I'm still getting used to being able to summarize. So I'm just gonna read it quickly. A small faction of Shadari have hired the Mongrel, an infamous mercenary, to aid their fledgling uprising. But with her own shadowy ties to the region, she is a frighteningly volatile ally. Has she really come to lead a revolution, or for a more sinister purpose all of her own? So basically what this book is promising me is a thrilling new epic fantasy set in a quasi-medieval Mediterranean region, drawing together the warrior culture of the Vikings, the wanderlust of desert nomads, and the oracles of ancient Greece. Blood's Pride is it's an intricate, lush book full of taut action, gut-wrenching betrayal, and soaring romance. I don't know about soaring romance, but I'm all for gut-wrenching betrayal. So yeah, that is pretty much it for my Emojithon TBR. I know we're kind of late in the month already, so I don't know how much I'll get through necessarily. Never mind that it's a month long, that's why I liked it. The thing is, I came across it kind of late also, so but I will definitely try as much as I can, and I will do a follow-up or a wrap-up of the Emojithon, and I should be done with 3 out of 4 at least. I mean, Blood's Pride, I don't know, I might still have, that might still continue on to the next month, but yeah. So yeah, tell me, have you heard about this Emojithon? Will you be participating? And if so, what are the challenges that you picked, and what are the books that you picked for those challenges? Go ahead and let me know down below. And of course, anything else that you'd like to comment on or about, go ahead. If you read any of these books as well, go ahead and let me know what I have to look forward to. Well, I'm pretty excited as it is for all of that. And if for some out of an unknown reason you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button as well as subscribe. I will be cranking out more of these videos, much to YouTube's and BookTube's detriment. And for all of you, I wish you a good morning, afternoon, evening, late evening, and yeah, take care. Read on. Joke us out.
Come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly.
This follows sitting
some
people.
booze, there's a bar in far,
I should be definitely done with that one.
Come fly with me.
What am I doing?
Let's fly.